I think we're getting into top 32 now.
It sounded like it. I heard JoJoDaHoBo and somebody being called up to stream, I believe. But I'm not sure if we've met. I don't think we have ever.
I think like back in Smash 4.
Yeah, maybe back in Smash 4.
A couple of times, yeah, like Northwest Majors, that kind of tournament.
Something like that, yeah. Cool.
But yeah, cool to commentate with you. I'm glad that we're getting some good sets.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's cool to have, or to see how far Grand Slams really come.
Yeah.
You know, from the, smaller events that we had at the start to almost 200 entrants now. People, invading Chronos, Smirk, some of these invaders. And then, of course, the Washington, Oregon, always supporting our community as well, which we really, really appreciate. Got some players from Alberta here as well. The base mage is out here as well. Like, a lot. It's starting to actually gain a little bit of traction, and I'm really happy with the almost 200 number for a bi-monthly series.
Yeah, no, me, I mean, being from Seattle, I feel like a lot of PNW kind of sees Grand Slam as like the current big regional to go to, or at least like the biggest like monthly bi-monthly kind of tournament to go to. It's really exciting, and I'm always like so happy whenever there's a Grand Slam and whenever I get to go, because it's such a great tournament.
Yeah, and speaking of invaders, Armadillo coming all the way from Ontario, the Lucario aficionado. We've seen some pretty insane Lucario play from Armadillo at Battle of BC.
Yeah, beating Shuton there. Insane upset, and also has been playing really hot this entire past few days at UBC. I want to say won the tournament, could have gone second, but did really well, was playing very hot. I haven't seen them play today, but I am very curious. Obviously in top 32, playing pretty well so far. Absolutely.
JoJo, though, such a good player, so good at commanding space with this Toon Link, knowing just where to put the projectiles. Oh, that's an interesting interaction. The bomb just nullifying that almost full Aura Sphere there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, obviously I feel like that might be a pretty big factor in this matchup. I feel that seems like something that JoJo would know. So that can be scary for Armadillo. I'm curious on how the set will play out, actually, with that, because Aura Sphere is such a big tool, especially with this high aura, and such a good tool at commanding space. But if you don't have that tool, then how are you going to get in against JoJo?
Wait. Yeah, the tough part for JoJo, I think, here is going to be how do you find these stocks on the Lucario?
Yeah.
Toon Link has some, bomb setups. There you go. That's a great way to find a stock. But if you're not able to find some of those bomb setups, I feel like sometimes Toon Link can struggle to kill. And against Lucario, that is a very scary position to be in.
Yeah, no, Lucario can kill very early with Aura. Like, literally, like, this would be kill percent, which is kind of insane. And Armadillo has those conversions, just like this. He has those combos. He knows his stuff for sure, obviously. So it's a pretty big issue if Jonas can't find those kills. And so far, he's trying to take back the space that he once had back at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, both these players' movements are so clean, too. They both know exactly how to get around these platforms, get around the stage with these two characters. JoJo getting something started here, getting some pressure on. Nice nair into forward air.
Oh, the option coverage with a boomerang. Wow, I actually really like that on the part of JoJo.
Ooh, and the side B, not going to do it quite yet. Not enough aura on that. That full Aura Sphere is just so menacing. Oh, the bomb!
Breaking up that situation. Very good on the part of Jonas. I actually was not thinking about that at all. How do you stall out this Aura Sphere? It's a bit scary.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to rush into, a Lucario charging Aura Sphere at ledge, but you also don't want to hang out too long at the ledge and let them actually get the Aura Sphere.
In that position that Armadillo was standing, it's really, it's very reactable. Any given option, you can jump and catch it. You can catch any of the normal ledge options. So Jonas couldn't quite figure it out there. And Armadillo are seeing something similar.
Yeah, at 117% too. This is definitely a terrifying Lucario. Looking for some of these back airs on Armadillo immediately. Okay, are we going to get an edge guard here? Oh, the back part of that forward tilt.
Oh, a bit preemptive there. Armadillo waiting it out. I actually like that. A missed force palm could have been deadly.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about Armadillo's play is he knows how scary he is. Oh, good nair to close that out. When he knows that he has the high aura, he's not afraid to wait a little bit and wait for his opponent to panic just because he knows he is the scary Lucario.
Exactly. And waiting when you're in, or when you have such a good lead especially, but also when you have such good kill options, is so powerful. A lot of people will get scared, especially when they're cornered. And when you're just taking space like this in neutral consistently, oh yeah. Yeah, when you're taking space in neutral consistently, and people just tend to back up anyway, and the more they back up, the more they get scared. Armadillo recognizing that, and we see again and again Jonas just being forced into the corner. I'm curious if we're going to see any adaptations on that. I know Jonas can, or JoJo rather, can play aggressive, but...
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. We saw some good early conversions from JoJo there. Seemed pretty good at getting the percent up with the Toon Link, but we are going to see a character with a lot more kill power here in the Incineroar. We are getting a Pokemon battle here in Game 2. Definitely not going to have quite as much trouble killing the Lucario, but we'll have to see whether that pays off here for JoJo.
Yeah, I am curious on how he plans on getting in. I mean, we saw last time a lot of the space that Armadillo was trying to take, Jonas counter-took with his own projectiles, his own bombs, his own arrows. But without that tool, how do you force such a scary character, such a scary player into the corner? How do you take that space?
Okay, Alolan Whip, gonna get an extra little bit of percent there. I like how JoJo's playing this, staying underneath Armadillo, getting that second Alolan Whip there.
Doesn't get the punish. That up B goes so far. Oh, no, no punish there either.
Okay, been quite a bit of percent here on Armadillo, goes off stage with edge guard, and the Aura Sphere back air. Yeah, such a good confirm.
That's the classic. And for the most part from JoJoDaHoBo, we've been seeing some really good side Bs. These side Bs have been on point and have been in places where Armadillo might just want to kind of hover for a bit. Because, I mean, we mentioned earlier that patience from Armadillo, he's good at just standing still. He's good at not being too scared, not jumping around too much.
Oh my god.
He's also good at killing at 60, 70 apparently, so...
Okay, almost didn't kill there. Okay, we'll have to see what JoJo can do to try and bring this back here. Armadillo's movement is just so clean with this character too. He's so good at feinting around, you know, pretending like he's going to jump up with a forward air, waiting a little bit.
And I also love how Armadillo is playing advantage whenever he's in it. When he's not... Okay, sorry, that looked a little scary. When he's not mid-combo, he's hovering just barely outside of burst range for the other opponent, which is really terrifying. Keeping that advantage in that way is so good, especially on Lucario with so many scary kill options. We saw it work earlier with the backer killing so early.
Ooh, that was a really good way to cover the ledge there. And yes, this up B from Lucario, one of those exploitable weaknesses, and JoJo being ready for that. Got a jab block here, not going to be able to kill without Aura.
That down smash, I'm surprised didn't send it very far. But JoJo, I mean, that Aura that we mentioned earlier, that trouble of, you know, you have to kill Lucario quick. Oh, goes for the gamble, I think, but doesn't quite connect.
But we are in top 32, so this means we are in the best of 5s. So JoJo is going to have another shot here. Whether he decides to stick with that that Incineroar, we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, this is honestly, you know, it's 2 Armadillo, but we can see JoJo adapting. We can see JoJo kind of thinking things through. We've seen some good decisions so far, but Armadillo is just playing so hot. I think I switch it back to the Toon Link.
Yeah, I like that. I like trying the Incineroar in game 2. Don't save it until you know, if you're down 0-2 and then try a counter pick. I like, you know, the little bit more of a confident approach. You lose game 1, you try it game 2, and then when your back's against the wall, you're playing the character you know.
And I mean, during that game 2, one thing that, you know, can't be overlooked is the fact that you are getting the download on Lucario while Armadillo is not getting the download on your Toon Link in the situation. There could be some patterns, some habits that JoJo may have picked up game 2. Let's see. But so far, we're seeing a bit more of what we saw at the beginning of game 1. I kind of like that also, that mental refresh of, okay, you know, game 1, I had this momentum going into it, I lost it, but how can I get it back? A character switch, honestly, is pretty effective sometimes.
Ooh, almost catching with that up air. You're able to get an early stock on the Lucario. Oh, that up air almost killing as well here.
Up tilt up air not quite killing. But JoJo with the bomb in hand looking for something. Armadillo just wanting it away. No, Armadillo suddenly putting JoJo at kill percent, especially with his aura. Goes for the force bomb.
Yeah, it's so terrifying. You're in that tech chase scenario. You're afraid of the aura sphere. Mental stack. Good call out there by JoJo to bring things back, though.
And JoJo kind of utilizing that technique from Armadillo that I was mentioning earlier as far as staying in the general sphere an advantage when your combo ends. I like that, covering that space with the Nair, but it doesn't quite connect.
Yeah, good confirm. That Lucario Nair just having such low landing lag, being able to confirm into so many different options. Such a great tool from Armadillo.
Armadillo just commanding so much space here. Finds his opening. And now is racking up that percent. Armadillo is so good at just finding these quick little conversions. And the damage is racking up so quickly. But JoJo
Ooh.
getting a pretty large string there. It's a quick 40.
And the up air with the aura, a little bit of rage.
Up air killing is always so surprising to me. I always forget that that's a kill option just because it feels not nearly as impactful as like a back air or like a first palm with a huge hit stun. But
compared to Lucario's other moves, like the sound isn't as crazy, the impact doesn't feel, but don't be surprised, it will send you skyward when you have that much
definitely.
aura.
We saw JoJo die at about 100 there.
Yep.
Bomb fair will kill. That fair is so strong.
Yeah, great bomb confirmed there. I like how JoJo is changing up the timings on when he's throwing that bomb as well. Just kind of holding on to it, dashing back and forth, kind of using it almost like Pac-Man uses Bell, holding on to it for a little bit before actually going for that that confirm.
A little bit of hot potato there with the bomb. I like that. It's always fun when that happens. JoJo, to kind of talk about your point there, I've seen him hold the bomb until it runs out. He's really just using it as a threat here. Catches the jump. Can JoJo convert? No, it's just spun the wrong way. Lucario up can be so tricky to catch, especially when piloted by such a master like Armadillo.
And that up air again, yeah. You don't want to be on the ground against the Lucario, and Armadillo calls that out.
I didn't know it would hit like from that hitbox. I'm not sure exactly what the hitbox is, but
yeah, it's like almost inside the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good stuff from Armadillo with the full hop read.
Yeah, Armadillo looking quite strong already. But we will definitely be seeing more of Armadillo later. That's a character, too, that, there's a ton of characters in the game. It's hard to be prepared for all of them. And Lucario definitely one that if you're not prepared for, you don't have your kill setups down. You don't know how to deal with the up B as well. Armadillo, like you mentioned, knowing all the mix-ups with the up B. One of the ways you can punish Lucario is by, abusing that, but definitely had so many mix-ups. It made it really hard for JoJo.
And Lucario, just innately as a character, has more mix-ups with up B than people think, right? There've been clips that I've seen of both Armadillo and also just Lucario's back in Japan, etc. Of using the up B and using the stage bonk actually to their advantage. It has way less lag than people think, and if people aren't ready, then like you said, they can just get blown up for it with how strong Lucario is.
Yeah, knowing all of those angles at the different points of aura as well. We saw him going to the platform sometimes. We saw him, like you said, getting that little bonk on the stage, on the ground, sometimes just doing the slide. There's lots of ways to mix that up. Definitely can be exploited, but yeah, it's definitely tough as well. So we'll have to see who we've got coming up for some more top 32 action. That was our first set of top 32, so we are into the best of fives, which I always appreciate.
I'm always excited for best of fives. I just like longer sets. I just like looking at longer sets. Just because seeing adaptation come out game 4, game 5 is always just so exciting to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's nice to see what kind of adaptations people can put through. And then also, with as many characters as there are in Smash Ultimate, I love the character counterpicks too, and I think that best of 5 allows for a little bit more of that too. Yeah,
we saw, like you mentioned, right? The Jonas kind of picked Incineroar game 2 instead of game 3. Being able to kind of have a middle section between, potentially first game and potentially last game is so valuable just for stuff like that. I mean, JoJo kept that really, lost, but kept that really close. Armadillo, honestly, just making just a few choice reads just to edge it out there, but.
Absolutely.